I'm going to go over the packet. Don't forget, so I wasn't able to attach it into your child's packet, but each one has a parent meeting packet like this in the box with your kids' packets as well. Um, so those are all out. I checked today and there was no water, so we're good there. Well, the first thing, we have two scavenger hunts this week. There's the bug hunt and there's the backyard scavenger hunt. And I laminated those as well, so you guys can use those all summer long. Now, there's a lot of paper, a lot of cutting, a lot of coloring, a lot of math this week. So I'll just run through it as quickly as I can. Some of the activities to do at home. Now this one came from me, and we have another ideas for home that came from over in Rainbow. If you have time, find 5 objects that your child can work on counting one object at a time. After they have that part down, then you can work on your child's basic subtraction and addition. So find 5. You can separate them into 2 groups if it works with color, shape, size, what they are, the objects, anything like that. Um, there are a few pages of characters and parts of the story, which is the Very Hungry Caterpillar this week, that your child can color and cut out. While you're listening to the story, your child can use these cutouts as puppets during the story. And after the story is over, you can ask your child to create their own story or even retell you the Very Hungry Caterpillar to you or your family. There is a project. There is construction paper in the back. There's 10 pieces, all different colors. And what I'm going to have you do with this is cut them in strips like this. I already cut them like this. So I just cut all the sheets, so there's lots. And then if you guys want to make rings or chains for anything else, you can. So your child can take as many colors as they want. Try to see if they could have the red one as the face or the head. You're going to chain it like this. You can tape it or staple it, whatever you want to do. So here's one when it's taped, and then you're just going to grab another color. You can help your child make a pattern with these since there's so many, or you can just let them have fun, and then that red one they can draw a face and make their own little caterpillar. So there's that. There's one way to staple it, one way to tape it. Some kids might want to glue it. So you can do that anyway like that. And if you want, you guys can share those caterpillars on the Facebook page or send them to me. And then the next thing in here are the ideas for home from Rainbow. It goes over math, science, language and literacy, social and emotional development, history, social science, visual performing arts, and physical development. A lot of these they go back to the counting and the quantities and the measuring, and comparing sizes, weight, lengths, anything in your child's environment. Experiments in your child's everyday environment, document your child's predictions, the process and conclusion. That kind of goes with our plants and our seeds and all that kind of stuff. Identify letters and numbers in your child's everyday environment, pointing to the words while reading to your child, scribbling, coloring, and practice writing their name and numbers. Remember, scribbling is actually is a step in the whole writing process. So if there's scribbling, drawing lines and stuff like that, instead of writing perfect letters or something that looks like a letter, you're on the right track. Model positive interactions and relationships socially and the community. Talk about likes and dislikes as a family. And like I said, we have that parent meeting packet in there, and that kind of goes over all the emotional stuff that we kind of went over last week. Talk about time and places. Talk about changes in the weather or the earth. If you guys planted flowers out, talk about the changes with that. You can even talk about the changes in your children or basically anything right now. Our weather's crazy, so you can talk about the weather for sure. Visual and performing arts, dramatic play, dance, music, art projects, cultural activities, and puppets. And the physical development, the running, the jumping, the climbing, the hopping, the walking. Those all work with the large motor skills. Then the cutting, drawing, painting, and lacing are great for developing fine motor skills. there's that in there. And then we'll get into what else is in the packet. This one is when you talk about what happened before the next stage of the book. That caterpillar goes through a lot of stages, each day eating something different. Ask your child throughout the week what the caterpillar ate. For example, if today is Tuesday or today is Monday, and yesterday was Sunday, what did the caterpillar eat on Sunday? Which would be a trick question since it started on Monday. And then just relate the activity, or related activity would be going over what steps they did when planting their seeds, how long ago they planted their seeds, etc. So it's kind of recalling back of past activities. And then there's also a printout of some parts of the story. The egg on the leaf becomes a butterfly, the cocoon, and the caterpillar hatches. And then what there is a grid where your child can cut these out and paste them, tape them, whatever they want to on here. One says what happens first, what happens next, what is the caterpillar's house, what will happen to the caterpillar after he stays in his cocoon. So it kind of works on the sequencing of the Very Hungry Caterpillar. Then there's, of course, our coloring page for that this week. And then this one, parents are going to need some help. So we've got the numbers here. And you're going to draw and color your own favorite food. So this, kids can have fun. Just remember to write it down so the kids are getting that visual of the word. And in the bottom here, there's the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you can work on having your child write the numbers and then identify the numeral part and then the word part of the number. And then there's this really cool bees, bugs, and butterfly safari. This week, get outside and go on a bug safari. Safely explore your backyard, park, hiking trails, etc., and see what kinds of butterflies, bees, caterpillars, worms, or insects you can find. They're all starting to come out and enjoy spring. Parents, this week in science, we're working on recording observations. When your child finds an interesting bug, ask them to describe it to you and encourage questions. If possible, allow them to take photos and write notes on a piece of paper or their journal about what they are seeing. You can also take notes for them. After the safari, have your child document what they observed. Some examples are to draw a picture, mold with Play-Doh or sand, and make a chart of the kinds of bugs they saw and how many of each kind. This is a fun little way to do it. Right now there's lots of bugs out, so it's a lot of options for the kids right now. We also we did this last week, the more or less worksheet with pictures. So we're going to cut these out and compare the apples, which one has more, which one has less, the ducks, the cars, the carrots, the tomatoes, and the kitty cats, I believe. Yes. They can do that one again. And then this one they might need a little help with for prompting which picture is different. So have your child, and ask your child what makes it different. Don't just say, okay, that one's different, that's cool. Ask them why it's different. See if they can figure it out without just, with using their words and not just the visual aspects of it. And then here are the whole alphabet where they can trace the lines. I remember what I said last week, try to have them do it freehand so they can get that gist. Here is the letter lowercase e, and then at the bottom here you have pictures of 6 items that start with the letter E, and what they can do is cut these out and they can paste them on this E. They can color the E, they can do whatever they want, they can even cut out the E and then cut those on there and glue them. And they can do the same thing with this uppercase E right here. Then this is letter E sort. So they might need some help on this one. It goes to the uppercase and the lowercase, and you're going to have your child cut these out, of course, and try to match where each E goes, the uppercase or the lowercase part. And then this one is you can create your very own The Very Hungry Caterpillar book. So we've got a couple pages here, and it kind of goes through the 5 the 5 days. So you have the Very Hungry Caterpillar. You guys can cut these out, staple it so it makes its own book. And there's 1 apple. And then encourage your child to write over the dotted lines right there, so they can get the writing from 1 to 5 down. Then here is a cool little butterfly life cycle. So it goes through each part. So your child can color those out, cut them out, glue them, whatever they want. And then we have this add groups of bugs, where they can, there's count how many bugs, and then at the bottom there, if you can see, it's got the numbers. And you're going to help your child write the number there and then have them count this too. And with this one, you can actually ask them questions. Okay, what if I take one of those away, and see what they say. We also have quite a few songs this week. We have the Hungry Caterpillar song, the Fuzzy Little Caterpillar, which I've seen a lot of them around town. Then there's the Caterpillar Garden, the 5 Little Butterflies. And then with the 5 little butterflies, or the 5 monkeys or bears like last time, remember to use your hands so they can catch the hand movements. And then the last one is the pretty butterfly. There you go. And then for the recipe this week, we did a fruit pizza. So it's got cream cheese frosting, strawberries, mandarin oranges, kiwis, blueberries, grapes, raspberries, and fresh mint. For the glaze, it's apricot jelly and honey. You guys can always improvise about the fruits. I know you can't see here, but it's actually a really pretty rainbow pie after it's done. These are the letters Q, R, T, S, and U. So unfortunately, I forgot the whiteboard again, so I will grab it tomorrow, and we'll do one tomorrow or Wednesday of going through the letters. And then this one is color the fruits to match the numbers. So you can see there's quite a bit of fruits. So you're going to encourage your child to just color 1 apple. If they can't just color 1 apple, have them only color 1 apple a certain color and all the other ones the same color. So two pairs the same color, and then the 3 different colors. So that way they get the 1 to 2. And then here's the puppets I was talking about. So they have all the fruit, the leaf, the caterpillar, all the junk food they ate, the very fat caterpillar right there, the sun, the cocoon, and a leaf again, and the butterfly. They can color these, cut them out, and then while I read the story, or if they hear the story, or if they want to retell the story, they all can right there. And then the last thing is to make Play-Doh at home. So I found 2 recipes. One is scented no-cook Play-Doh recipe without cream of tartar. A lot of the other recipes call for cream of tartar, and it's kind of hard to find sometimes. This one's actually a pretty quick way. Flour, salt, cooking oil, lemon juice, Kool-Aid, and food coloring, or essential oils for the smell. And it's really fast, really simple. Some of the stuff you might have, some of it you don't, but you can always improvise. And then there's also this one back here, which is the best ever Play-Doh recipe. This one has flour, salt, vegetable oil, food coloring, and a scent. So this one's a little bit, just a couple of different things, but about the same thing, just no cream of tartar. That kind of gets pretty expensive after a while, if you can find it. And that is our packet. And then don't forget, we have the parent meeting packet, which goes over the emotions, the handouts, and all that kind of stuff. Don't forget, next Monday there will not be a packet out, but it'll be out Tuesday. And I will try to do the video on Monday, but if I don't, I'll definitely do it Tuesday for you guys. I actually have a couple of books to read this week, so I might do The Very Hungry Caterpillar. There it is right there first. And then, let's see, we might do I Hear a Pickle. There's a super cute book we planned on reading with the kids, and we never got to it. So, in the next couple minutes, I'll get back on here and do two different videos, one for The Very Hungry Caterpillar, and the second one is I Hear a Pickle. Next week is our last official packet, I should say, with the book of the week. So after next week, I'll just be reading. Miss Tiffany will be on here reading just random books. Some of them they really enjoyed, and don't forget that the last week of school, I'm going to try to be there every day just so you guys can come pick up the remaining stuff your child has there out of their cubbies, the schoolwork they don't have, the portfolios, any packets you haven't done. There'll be a new packet, and I think that's it that'll be in there, and the clothes that they left in there. So I'll be there Friday all day to work on that. So I think that is it for right now. Don't forget, we have all these to make a caterpillar. Don't forget to share it so I can see what it looks like. And I will be back in a little bit with some stories. Okay, bye.